Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 435, The Night Vault, Upper Intermediate. In the heart of London's financial district, under the towering glass skyscrapers, lay the Night Vault, a secretive and heavily guarded underground facility. It wasn't just any vault. Rumour had it the world's wealthiest hid their most prized and dangerous possessions there, items that could topple economies or rewrite history. Charlotte Charlie Morgan, a skilled thief with a reputation for impossible heists, stood in front of the vault's steel entrance. This job wasn't her choice, it was survival. She'd been coerced by a shadowy figure known only as the Broker, who had evidence that could land her imprisoned for life. The mission was simple, yet daunting. Retrieve a black case labelled AE33 and deliver it within 3 hours. Failure wasn't an option. The Broker had made that clear with a chilling smile. Charlie's plan was meticulous. She had spent months gathering intel, blueprints, guard schedules, and even whispers from insiders. But as she stood there, dressed in a sleek black suit with tools strapped to her belt, a chill ran down her spine. Something felt off. The first hurdle was the retina scanner. Charlie removed a small device from her pocket, a cloned retina overlay. She pressed it against her eye and leaned in. The scanner beeped, then flashed green. Access granted. Inside, the vault was eerily silent, save for the faint hum of electricity. Rows of deposit boxes lined the walls. Each were crying its own set of keys and codes. But Charlie wasn't here for those. She was after the inner chamber. She moved quickly, her footsteps muffled by the thick carpet. As she approached the chamber's door, a motion sensor blinked red. Without hesitation, she pulled out a small mirror and angled it to reveal the laser grid. One wrong step and an alarm would sound. With the precision of a dancer, Charlie navigated the lasers, twisting and turning her body to avoid contact. At last, she reached the control panel. She inserted a USB device, watching as lines of code danced across the screen. Within moments, the lasers were deactivated. The inner chamber door slid open, revealing rows of shelves holding strange artifacts, ancient relics, rare jewels, even documents sealed in glass cases. But her target was there in the center, a plain black briefcase, unassuming yet radiating significance. As Charlie approached it, a soft click echoed behind her. She froze, her heart racing. Slowly, she turned to see a man standing in the shadows, a gun pointing directly at her. "Miss Morgan," he said calmly, "you're as good as they say." "Who are you?" she asked, calculating her options. "I work for someone who also wants that case," he replied, "but unlike you, I'm not under duress." Charlie smirked, trying to mask her fear. "So, what's the plan? Shoot me and take it?" The man shrugged. "Only if you make it difficult." In a flash, Charlie reached for a smoke pellet on her belt and hurled it to the ground. Thick white smoke filled the chamber, giving her just enough cover to grab the case and sprint for the exit. The man's voice called out through the haze, "You can't run forever, Morgan." Her lungs burned as she made her way back through the lasers and out of the vault. Alarms blared now and red lights bathed the hallways. Charlie pushed herself harder, her mind focused on one thing, getting out alive. She emerged into the cold night air, the city's noise swallowing the sound of the vault's alarms. A black car idled at the curb, its back door open. Charlie dove inside, clutching the case. The Broker was waiting, his sharp suit immaculate. He took the case from her with a satisfied nod. "Well done, Miss Morgan." "What's in it?" she demanded, breathless. The Broker's smile was thin and cryptic. "Something the world isn't ready to see." With that, he stepped out of the car, disappearing into the night. As the car pulled away, Charlie stared out of the window, a sinking feeling in her chest. She had survived the heist, but she couldn't shake the sense that she had unleashed something far bigger and far more dangerous than she could ever imagine. Vocabulary notes. Vault, meaning a secure room or chamber used to store valuable items, often underground. Example, under the towering glass skyscrapers lay the Night Vault, a secretive and heavily guarded underground facility. Similar words. Safe, a secure box for storing money or valuables. Strong room, a strongly protected room especially for valuables. Repository, a place where things are stored for safety. Meticulous, meaning showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. Example, Charlie's plan was meticulous. She had spent months gathering intel, blueprints, guard schedules, and even whispers from insiders. Similar words. Thorough, complete and careful in every detail. Detailed, having many small parts or features considered carefully. Exacting, requiring careful attention and precision. Coerced, meaning forced to act in a certain way by using threats or pressure. Example, Charlie wasn't here by choice, it was survival. She'd been coerced by a shadowy figure known only as the broker. Similar words. Compelled, forced or obligated to do something. Pressured, urged or forced to act by external demands. Threatened, made to feel fear or harm if certain actions aren't taken. Heist, meaning a robbery or theft, especially one involving careful planning. Example, she had a reputation for impossible heists. Similar words. Robbery, the act of taking someone else's property unlawfully. Burglary, breaking into a building to commit theft. Theft, the general term for stealing. Artifact, meaning an object made by humans, typically of historical or cultural significance. Example, inside the chamber were strange artifacts, ancient relics, rare jewels, even documents sealed in glass cases. Similar words. Relic, an object surviving from an earlier time. Antique, an item of considerable age, often valuable due to its rarity or craftsmanship. Curio, a rare, unusual, or intriguing object. Eerie, meaning strange and frightening. Example, inside, the vault was eerily silent, save for the faint hum of electricity. Similar words. Uncanny, strange in a mysterious or unsettling way. Spooky, slightly frightening, especially in a mysterious way. Ominous, suggesting that something bad is about to happen. Compulsion, meaning an irresistible urge to do something, often without logic or reason. Example, she felt a strange pull, a compulsion to move forward. Similar words. Impulse, a sudden desire to act without thought. Urge, a strong desire or instinct to do something. Drive, a powerful motivation or need to act. Retrieve, meaning to get back or recover something that was lost or taken. Example, retrieve a black case labeled AE33 and deliver it within 3 hours. Similar words. Recover, to find or regain something that was lost. Fetch, to go and bring back something. Reclaim, to get something back that once belonged to you. Survive, meaning to continue to live or exist, especially in difficult circumstances. Example, Charlie wasn't here by choice, it was survival. Similar words. Endure, to withstand difficult conditions. Persist, to continue despite obstacles. Overcome, to succeed in dealing with a problem or difficulty. Unleash, meaning to release something powerful or destructive. Example, she couldn't shake the sense that she had unleashed something far bigger and far more dangerous. Similar words. Release, to set something free or allow it to move freely. Trigger, to cause something to happen suddenly. Set free, to liberate or let loose. Story written by ChatGPT 4.0 AI. Image created by Designer AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.